Hey, everybody.
I was like, you go first.
Yeah,
you go first.
Remember when you were like, you guys always do it. Yeah, well, we showed you how.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
That's the only one that didn't clip the microphone.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Well, I'm trying to be considerate.
Okay.
How many
we're
times are you
Uh,
gonna do
Last time. Hi, everybody.
this? Hey.
I know.
Welcome back to the King of the Bean. I am your host of this week,
Mama.
Ian.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You know, for those of you who don't know. Who is she?
You know, I actually did an etymology search on the name Ian, and it translates to host.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fitting.
Yeah.
Anyway. You're like, you know that's right.
Today and always, I have my boys.
Yeah.
I have Ryan and I have Josh.
Specifically, I'm over here on the left, I guess, considering the camera.
Camera
Okay.
left.
Yeah.
Stage right. He's on stage right.
I'm on stage left, camera right. So
And
we
I'm in the
know-
middle.
We know our terminology.
Yeah.
So today,
What are we talking about today?
What are we doing?
that's a good question.
He doesn't have anything.
He doesn't know.
No, so a long time ago,
In a
Galaxy
galaxy far,
far,
far
far
away,
away.
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
We recorded an episode that had zero sound.
I remember.
So
that.
today we're going to revisit this topic, and we are going to talk about travel.
I've never done that.
You've never traveled, or you've never gone back?
I've never gone back.
To the past, to travel.
Let me find.
But yeah,
my
so
paper.
everybody flip to your pages where we talked about it before.
Open up your
You
notebooks.
too.
Turn to your page on travel.
Turn to page
Turn to page travel.
I have a lot of weird numbers written on my page, and I don't know what they
And
Stanley.
are.
I decipher them.
Stanley, can you be the first reader? Thank you.
Popcorn Stanley. Who's going next? What?
Rebecca hasn't gotten a chance.
Wow, we did this a long time ago, didn't we?
Yeah, it's like the first one we've done. I wish you
Was
told
that
us this
before or
ahead of
after
time.
Pokemon?
Oh, it was the first
before.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
I
cool.
wrote stuff down that
So-
probably means something.
Why do I have ick on here? Do you doubt the fact that
Yeah,
I
he
say
does.
ick? Yeah.
You're lying. You have ick. Ian has indecipherable numbers, and I have.
One Piece.
And to me, that also looks like IDK. I don't know.
It says ick. Anyways.
But let's start off with the favorite places that we've been to on our favorite vacations. So Ryan, why don't you kick us off?
Okay, I'll start. So one of my favorite places that I've ever been is Venice, Italy. We went to Italy as a graduation present from our parents after we got our bachelor's degree.
Woo!
And on that trip, it was a 14-day trip, a tour of Italy.
Like an Olive Garden.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we got lasagna, we got Parmesan chicken, and we got
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah, that's the one.
And the third
The
option.
other one. I don't get the tour of Italy. But anyway, one of the places we went to was Venice, which is a water city, which is really cool. And I have a very fond memory of our first night there.
We got Burger King.
I don't remember that. That was part of my memory. No. So we got there. We went from Florence, Italy, to Venice, and it was basically like an all-day bus trip, basically. And
We stopped for some wine tasting, right?
Yeah, we did at Machiavelli's winery.
We tried blue wine.
We did.
Interesting.
It was blue. It was actually blue.
We tried blue wine. It was blue.
Yeah.
We have no other descriptive words for it.
Honestly,
How did it taste though? Like wine?
Blue.
yeah, I mean,
Blue?
it's wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so anyway, we get there, and it was kind of like late afternoon, and our tour guide, shout out Vincenzo, what a fantastic man, one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. He was like, you know, guys, I know you're tired, but if any of you are interested, you know, this evening I rented a couple boats, and we can go on just like a quick tour of the main canal and see some of the sites that we're going to see more in detail tomorrow. You know, just a quick little, maybe like hour excursion. He's like, you don't have to come. I know it's a long day, but if you're interested, you know, this is what I'm doing tonight. And we were like, all right, we're not doing anything else. Let's go. And so we went and we got on the little boats and went down the main canal, and it was so beautiful at nighttime with all the lights reflecting off the water and just like Venice
It's like
itself.
straight out of a movie.
It really was, and Venice itself is just a really pretty place to me. I've learned that I like water. I think it's a nice aesthetic. And so we did that. We went down, and then we ended up going to St. Mark's Square, which is like the main plaza in town, where St. Mark's Basilica is and whatever. And across from the Basilica was this gelato shop. And Vince was like, what flavor do you guys want? Gelato's on me. And so we go and we sit down outside, and he brings everyone their gelato, and there's a jazz band playing, and then it starts drizzling, like not a hard rain, just a light drizzle. And I'm sitting there, and I'm eating my gelato, and I'm listening to Italian jazz in the rain, and seeing the lights reflect off the water, and it just felt magical to me. It's like just a magical moment where for the first time I felt like I'm not home. I'm somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really...
Because the rest of Italy looks very similar to California with like the landscape and everything.
Yeah, because it's Mediterranean climate, so it's like pretty similar, like flora and fauna and stuff. And like the cities themselves are obviously older, and there's cobblestone, and the architecture is older. But also, one thing that was disappointing to me about Rome specifically is every surface, and I mean every surface.
Graffiti.
Yeah, anywhere a person can reach, graffiti all
Unless
over
it was like an actual historical...
Yeah, like the Colosseum didn't have graffiti, but like literally every building...
And they keep armed guards at all the major places so that people won't deface them.
But it was really kind of like demystifying in a way, like de-surreal is to me to visit there and be like, oh, this is like this ancient city, and it's very modernized, and even though it looks old, it's very 21st century, and there's graffiti everywhere, and there's trash everywhere, and it's kind of a bummer.
It's very much a major city.
Yeah, it's the same as any metropolitan area I assume you go to. So it was kind of a bummer, but so Venice was like the first time where I felt like I was somewhere else. It was very special.
Going to Vesuvius was also really cool.
Vesuvius was really cool, and Pompeii and stuff.
Yeah, Pompeii
was cool. Yeah.
Like we didn't go to the mountain, we went to Pompeii, which got covered in ash.
But you could see Vesuvius.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was right there.
But
yeah,
I played the song Mount Vesuvius that we played in high school. It's a like orchestral song.
Great song.
And I was like, we're going to Pompeii. Like I have to listen to the song, and it's very epic. It has like saxophones like featured, so it's really fun to play.
Cool. Yeah, but so that's I have a couple more, but I'll let you guys go. That's one of my favorites, most memorable places was Venice.
Italy is also one of my favorites, just because it's the first time we've seen like history past like 200 years, because we've really only traveled inside the States until then. Yeah. So it was really cool to see like such ancient architecture. It was also really cool because like we never learned Italian or anything, but I really enjoyed using our Spanish skills to try and read the signs and tell mom like what they said.
We could read the street signs generally. We could read maps. I was looking at a map and navigating us. Like I remember our first day in Rome. We got to the hotel and we were like looking for a place to eat and just like looking at a map and being like, all right, we go this way. Just from Spanish because they're similar languages in their origins. So
Latin.
Latin-based languages, a Romance language, if you will.
Yeah, and I'm so much better at being able to read like Spanish or Italian. Hearing it so different.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
but
speaking it, no. But I could read it. Like,
but like we would go to. We were in the Parthenon. We were reading all the signs. And we were like, Mom, it says this. Like I can read.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun.
That's good.
It was a cool place. One day I'd like to go to northern Italy because we didn't really go to northern Italy, and then go to Sicily. But
it was so we left. One of the things I remember about that trip is like we left at like 4 p.m. LA time, and we got there at like 7 or 8 a.m. Roman time.
Yeah.
And I did not sleep at all on the plane, and I just went from like Wednesday 4 p.m. to Friday 8 a.m. with no sleep.
I mean, that's how it was going to the UK too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I slept a little bit, maybe, but I don't remember very much. But that was torture. It's 17 hours on a plane.
No sleep.
No sleep. Everybody else was sleeping at one point because on those long flights they definitely turn the lights like off for like to try to help you fall asleep and stuff, and they'll stop service during that time. But they gave us like 3 meals, and I remember hate's a strong word. I dislike most strawberry flavored things. Mm-hmm. And I remember in that breakfast, there was like a cup of strawberry yogurt, and I was just like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever eaten, just because my body was like, you didn't sleep, we need some sort of fuel. Yeah. And Mom didn't like it, so she didn't eat it, and I ate hers, and I was like, oh, it's the best, like.
That sucks.
Yeah. And then we got on a taxi, and the taxi driver, they don't drive like we do. It's more like when you see those things in like India where there's no street lights or anything, and they just go.
There was literally like one stoplight in Rome, in all of Rome. There's one stoplight, and it's on the way out of the city.
You sure you want to leave? But yeah, it was crazy. Like
people just
doing all that, and then we went to what was the place by the beach that we went to?
Assisi.
Okay, that's what I thought. We went to Assisi.
Or no, that was Sorrento. That was the last place, right?
The one where we took the chain smoker mobile.
Chain smoker mobile?
Remember, right?
But chain smokers?
No, where he played the music.
Oh.
The chain smokers music.
Yeah, I think that was because Sorrento was the last place. It was when we went kind of down the cliff to the beach.
Yeah.
It was really hot. And it didn't feel like the beach.
So we went there and
that was Sorrento, I believe. And that was like the last.
We got taken to the top of this hill, right? And then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna put you on these little like, in these little cars to like, you know, get a scenic view of the windy road."
Oh no, you're thinking about the island, Capri. We went to the island.
We went on the island.
Yeah. Took a boat over, and then that was when the taxi driver hit the other car.
Yeah, that's what I was leading to.
Oh, my bad. That was Capri.
But yeah, so we went to the island of Capri. I forgot we got on a boat. I block out boats.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a very beautiful little place. And then we went up this hill.
Yeah.
And then they put us in these like little cars. Our driver only played the Chainsmokers.
Truth.
Which was funny because Ryan wasn't a fan of them very much at the time. He was kind of annoyed. He's like, why isn't this Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Well, I mean, I feel like that always.
But I thought it was funny. And he's driving down this mountain and there's like cars parked alongside the mountain, right?
It's a very tight road.
And it's very narrow. But you're like, okay, this is their job. This is what they do all the time. This guy, like, took the mirror off of another car.
Yeah, and banged up his car.
Yeah, and, like
so literally hit, like, 3 cars
we
on
were
the way
in
down.
This car accident, and we're just like, what's happening? And then we get to the bottom.
Dude just keeps going. Like,
just
he
lets
stops
us out.
for nothing.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
It was very strange.
And then, I think my favorite hotel that we stayed at was was it the last one? I want to say it was the Florence one. It was where we had that dinner in that giant, like, ballroom type area. It wasn't a ballroom, but, like, that giant area. It was, like, a little castle type thing. Yeah. And it was really, really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Is that the last place we went?
I don't remember.
No, we ended in Rome again.
Yeah, we did.
Where did we do our finale dinner? Because that's where it was, in that grand room. It wasn't in Florence. That was in the middle.
Well, Florence was the second stop after Rome. It was Rome, Florence, Venice, Assisi, Sorrento, and then back to...
But I just remember that hotel. The dining area.
Yeah. What about you, Josh? What's some of your travel memories and or favorite places you've been to?
I don't remember much, honestly, because family-wise, I've been to, like, one place as a family where we went up to the mountains for the snow and whatever, and that was a good time all around, but that was also the same incident where so we went up to the snow, and, you know, I was, like, maybe, like, 5, 6-ish or whatever, and we're, like, there's this giant hill that, you know, people are, like, snowboarding and skiing and whatever down the street, but there's also just, like, a section where, like, a bunch of kids are just, like, tubing down. I'm like, I'm gonna do that. I'm a tube. So I got my tube, and I'm just, like, walking up the hill, and I get on my tube, and I'm, like, sliding down. And as I'm sliding down, this, you know, there's, like, the trees on each side of it, and then for whatever reason, there's a single tree somewhere on this little slope here, and sure enough, my tube is like, yeah, let's go towards that, and like very
became
like
a homing missile.
Yeah, basically, and then I had like a very cartoon moment where like I had like both hands and legs on each side of the tree, and I'm just like, pfft.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh god, but you know, I'm a resilient little 6-year-old, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Sure. So I just grab my tube, I'm like, alright, it's time to go, and I go to the side of the tree so it can't hit me again. And
imagine if you just sat back down.
I just go up a hill a little again and then just slide into it.
Let's try this again.
Yeah. So I just moved to the side of it, and I was like sliding, and I'm like, cool. And I'm picking up some speed, and at the end of the hill, there's like a little slope for people to like jump off of if they wanted to.
Oh.
So.
Or if you don't want to.
Or if you don't want to, yeah.
And have no control over
and so I remember like I got to the little slope and I like flew off, and I just remember looking out to the snow. I'm like, wow, this is gorgeous. Like a plain white snow field, and I'm just like, wow, this yeah, and I'm just like, wow, this is gorgeous.
It's that moment in the movie where it's all slow-mo.
Yeah, it was very that.
And he's like, And
I was like, oh wow, this is very gorgeous.
No, yes.
And then I hit. And then I hit the floor. I was like, wow, and I was sliding. And as I'm sliding, all suddenly there's a hole that I don't see.
Suddenly he slayed the shit.
A hole that I don't see because it's all white snow, so it's like camouflage. Right. And so like I'm sliding on my tube, and all of a sudden my tube goes down, but I don't go down with it. I get propelled forward, face first into the snow, and I scrape off like half my face.
Ooh,
yeah. And I remember like getting up, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like dizzy, and because head trauma, sure. And I'm just like, oh god. Where's the tube? I don't want my mom to scream at me.
Oh, man.
Because, that was my first reaction.
Yeah, of course.
So I get my tube and I'm like...
It's called trauma, my dude.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, God, okay. Mom, I got the tube, don't worry. And it's like, what happened? And we had to leave after that because, I had a boo-boo.
I think it's a little more than a boo-boo.
Yeah, I was two-faced.
I also scraped off several layers of skin once. So we were at the local park.
You had freckles at one point.
Huh?
You had freckles at one point.
I used to have freckles.
I did too, and they just kind of went away. I didn't scrape them off. They just... Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Grew out of them.
Yeah, but we were at the local park, and in the sand pit, there was like a little wooden train there, and you could go inside of it, you can climb on top of it, so naturally we climbed on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, because the roof was sloped, it wasn't like flat, like it probably should be.
I don't think you were supposed to climb on top of it is the thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't very tall. So like,
if they didn't want me to climb on it, they would have made it taller.
Yeah, if they didn't, it was climbable height. And as a kid,
a lot of things are climbable height.
And as a kid, if you can't climb, you will climb.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm just saying.
But I slipped off one day and fell face first into the sand.
Yeah.
And it ripped off like 3 or 4 layers of skin.
And then after that, they put a sign saying "Don't climb."
I was all bloody with like these little rocks in my face.
Fun.
Because that's what sand is.
Yeah, rocks.
Coarse and dry and gets everywhere.
Yeah.
And I
hate it.
Mom would say I was pretty calm, and I just went up to her and I was like, yo.
My face hurts.
And then she took me to the bathroom, and that was painful. Because she was just splashing water in it to try to get the rocks out.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything after that. Do you?
No.
I don't know if we went to the hospital or anything.
I don't know if we did.
But my face healed.
I think you just put a Band-Aid on it.
On the whole face?
No, because it was mostly just your nose, from what I remember.
I remember it being like...
I don't think it was your whole face.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Because if it was your whole face, we would have gone to the hospital. I remember it just being your nose. But I could be wrong.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Mom. But yeah.
Her memory is
so that's one of my memories. I wouldn't say that was my favorite memory. I would say I remember very fondly going up to the mountains. I love my mountain stories. I go up to the mountains, but we were going... it was me and my friends, and we were going up to a cabin up there. And it was just a good time.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the first time that I really gone on like on my own trip with friends and whatever. And I just have such fond memories of like all of us just like we all have our rooms or whatever. Some of us are bunking together, some of us are couples, and we just like hung out all day. It was great. We stayed in the cabin and we were just having a good time. It was good. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think my first non-family trip was Daisy and I went to Seattle, and that's one of my favorite trips too because it was a lot of fun. It was like 4 days. 4 days. It was just before the pandemic and everything shut down. It was like literally a week before.
Same.
Like, because I think that all went down like a Sunday or Monday or something like that when the world shut down. And that week before, that Monday through Thursday, we were in Seattle.
No, it was more like that
That Friday was when things started getting like, oh.
Yeah, and then the next Sunday is when everybody started announcing like office closures. Yeah. Because I remember I worked from home on that Friday, and I sent an email on, it was either late Friday or like over the weekend, like I do not feel comfortable coming in. Yeah. You know, I was working from home on Friday, my mom's a school teacher, my brother just traveled. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think it's a good idea. And then like that Sunday night at like 12 o'clock, the CEO emailed us, and he's like, you know, just stay home. If the office will be open tomorrow if you need to come collect stuff. Yeah. To work from home. But. Yeah.
But it was nice because LAX was like empty, which unprecedented. So it was a good time to travel. But also just like, I liked Seattle. I thought Seattle was a cool city. It was a lot colder than I anticipated. So I ended up having to wear one of her jackets on top of my jackets because I was not prepared for how cold it was. It was only like the 50s, but it's like a northern 50. We're more of a southern 50, and it's a different 50 when you get up higher.
It's different.
So I'm like, oh, 50, 60, that's not bad. I can do that. I was ill-prepared, let me tell you.
My first trip was actually a solo trip.
I didn't even finish.
Oh, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
No, go.
Okay. But anyway, my favorite part was we went to a few museums. One of them was called the Museum of Pop Culture, or the Mopop. Fantastic museum. If you ever go to Seattle, anybody goes to Seattle, you gotta go to the Museum of Pop Culture. They have stuff like music history, because Seattle is the birthplace of grunge music. Mm-hmm. So there's like a whole room for Nirvana. There's a whole room for Pearl Jam.
It's a whole room for Plain White Tees.
I don't think they're grunge. But there's like just a lot of really cool music memorabilia, which is awesome. Yeah. And then there was a room for like indie gaming. So there's like a whole room, which I don't know if this was a permanent thing or like just a traveling thing, but there's a whole room just filled with computers and Xboxes and stuff with just like indie games.
Indie game Xbox.
Yeah, because you can still make indie games for Xbox. Yeah, and so you could just go up and just play whatever game. And there's like, everyone had like a different game. That's cool. It was really cool. Yeah. And then there was a section for like fantasy. So it was like all focused on the fantasy genre, and you go in and there's like a lot of exhibits on fantasy and stuff like that. And then there's one for horror, and there's one for sci-fi. So it was like all cool stuff. There's like some movie memorabilia, like just stuff on like what is horror, what is sci-fi, what is fantasy, and it was just like a really cool museum. It was awesome, so cool. Nice. So I highly recommend that there. But yeah, I liked that trip. It was a fun trip.
Yeah, my first trip without family was when I solo went to South Dakota for the week. So I met friends there, but I traveled by myself. That was the first time I'd ever, been on a plane by myself, which was very weird. But like, I've done it plenty of times, to where I knew it. Like, it wasn't weird or anything in that way. But it was Southwest, so I was just like, my one goal is to get an aisle seat. Like every time I get on, and luckily I was able to. The first trip I sat next to there was a family on my left, and then two of them were on my row, and they sat on the inside. But it was chill. But I went to South Dakota. I visited my gaming friends, Bree and Sebastian. Shout out to you guys. And I met their dogs, Duke and Jester, and the cat Duchess hid in my bed and scared the shit out of me. Nice. And then I met little baby Evander, who was only 2 months old.
Baby.
He was a potato.
As most babies are.
And he was
ding dong.
Adorable. What does it say?
I don't know. I can't read it.
Okay.
Probably fine.
But yeah, and we went bowling. So they live in South Dakota. I actually flew into Minneapolis. So they drove 4 hours, came and picked me up. We drove back to their place. And then on Wednesday, we wanted to go see Mount Rushmore, so we drove to the other side of South Dakota, 4 more hours. The next day we spent it at Mount Rushmore. We tried to go to the Black Forest, I think is what it's called, but it was closing by the time we got there on Wednesday. And we ended up, we got pizza from Domino's, and we had a little pizza party in the hotel. That was fun. Nice. And then I got to go... Because we ended up getting 2 hotel rooms, because I was like, I don't mind paying for a separate hotel room. And it was nice to have, a quiet room to myself, just because their house isn't big, and also there's a baby. Yeah. And it was just kind of nice to, I've been with them all week, and it was just nice to have, a little time to, decompress. Because this is the first time I was meeting them in person, so I was like, oh, it's nice to, like, you know, take a step back for a moment. And they had a really nice tub.
Nice.
Got to soak. And then we did that, and then we drove 4 hours back on Thursday, and then on Friday we drove another 4 hours back to the airport. So I spent half of that week in the car, but we was just talking, having a lot of fun. It was great. Cool. That was my first trip, and then in August I did it again to go see the Hello Mega concert, and yeah.
Nice. Have you gone on any solo trips, Josh?
No, I've never gone out of this state without someone. Which is fine.
He tried to escape to New York by himself.
Yeah, he followed me there.
Yeah.
No, I asked him to come with me. He's like, yeah, come with me.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was good times.
Both times we've been to New York have been fun. They've been too short.
Yeah.
But they've been fun.
Yeah. I feel like if we stayed maybe another 3-ish days. Yeah, or if we just had time to just not worry about anything, like the second time around.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I think the first time it would have been nice to stay like a couple more days though.
Yeah.
Like actually explore. Because the second time, I worked out of a hotel the whole time and he worked out of the convention center.
Yeah,
so we would explore at night a little bit, but we mostly went to places that we'd been to before.
Yeah. We did an escape room, just us two.
We did an escape room. We went to a curry place in Korea.
Oh yeah,
town.
Love that place.
Favorite curry place.
Yeah.
We found this neat ramen place. We had this.
We went to a sushi place that had the best water in the world.
No, that was the ramen place.
Was it the ramen place? No. The ramen place that had the best water in the world.
Because the sushi place was across the street from us, and then the ramen place was next to the Nintendo store.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, so we had to go to the Nintendo store both times.
Obviously.
But yeah, it's New York's fun little city to
explore.
Walk
around.
It's nice
to go one
It's
day.
nice that it's really walkable.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to live in that all
Absolutely
the time.
No.
But
nice
when I was working from home, it'd be nice because I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go. Like, there's so many places within like 5-minute walking distance, and I'm like, oh, what do I want to eat for lunch? I literally just go downstairs, go grab food and come back up.
The first time,
convenient.
The first time we went there, we went to so many different pizza places.
We had to try New York pizza, but also our hotel at the first one was so
nice,
much nicer and fancier.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like their elevators was like a giant circle, and then the middle had like elevators too. And you would scan your card and it'd tell you what elevator to go to get to your floor. Like, you didn't have to do anything besides scan your room key.
And we're, right there in Times Square.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that was a good time.
But then the second time we went, there's still a lot of hotel rooms, 3 elevators.
Yeah.
You could wait 15 minutes for an elevator sometimes.
Yeah. But
sometimes more.
Easier to just walk downstairs. Yeah. I did that every morning.
Yeah.
Walking down the stairs made me dizzy, though, because it was a very small staircase, and we were, floor 30 or something. And yeah, you just go.
We were not 4:30.
Maybe it was 17.
That's
a huge difference.
Yeah. 30, I understand why you get dizzy.
Look, I got dizzy, so it was a lot. But their breakfast was okay.
It was okay, but after a while, you just kind of get over it.
Yeah.
Because it was the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So I felt in the UK.
But it's free. So.
It was free. That was the.
Yeah, in the UK, I felt the same way. Speaking of the UK, let's talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah, I was there.
We went there over summer for
Josh was invited. He said no.
I did say no because it was expensive.
For the record, yeah. Just want to say he had the opportunity. We did not just travel and be like, later, bitch.
Which would have been fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Mom's
birthday.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We spent that time with the town.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It's acceptable.
I'd be upset if you didn't go, unless you couldn't afford it, in which case I understand.
But
it was fun. It was
nice. Really fun. We got to see a lot of castles. That was cool.
We did.
Became knights.
We did not.
I wish.
We got to see the crown jewels of Scotland and England.
Yeah.
Crown jewels?
Yeah, the jewels for the crown.
Yeah. It's literally what it sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just basically all the history of all the different crowns they had and scepters and
everything means something.
Gotcha.
It's all ceremonial.
Yeah.
Keep talking. I just want to look at these crown jewels now.
Okay.
But yeah, what else did we do? We went to, we saw the London Bridge.
The Tower of London, which was the prison that we did a tour of.
That's what I was trying to think of. I was like, the Tower of London, but then I couldn't remember.
We did a tour of the city, which I was honestly pretty surprised by the amount of diversity in London itself. Like, there's a whole part of the city that's a lot of, like, Middle Eastern cultures and Indian cultures and stuff. I thought it was really cool.
I think that's pretty common in major cities nowadays.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I just wasn't expecting it to be as diverse of a city as it was. But it was quite a diverse
London's
city.
Very similar to, like, New York.
Yeah. I liked London. I thought it was alright.
It's funny because they have so many parks just to have like a little bit of green.
Yeah.
But it's really nice.
Yeah. I would go back to London. I like Liverpool. We went to Liverpool.
Liverpool was fun. Got to see my friend Matt. Shout out to him.
Shout out Matt. You're a cool dude.
He got us dinner. That was really nice.
He did. That was very nice of him. He's a nice guy. We also got to go see. So we went on this tour, the Beatles tour.
Where we bought Taylor Swift tickets.
That's when we bought tickets for Taylor Swift, yeah. Blasphemous to some, maybe, but you know, when the opportunity arises, you take that chance. Which was a cool tour, but my favorite part was the end, because the end of the tour ends in this cool little, like, underground bar called the Cavern, which I guess, I don't know Beatle lore, but apparently it was a very popular venue for them, especially in the early days, I believe. And it's just this really freaking cool place. Like, you go down all these stairs, and then it's just like this really cool place with some cool lights, but it's like pretty kind of dark. It's not dark, but it's like dim. I mean, you're underground. It's the Cavern.
Cool.
It's really cool. A lot of cool music memorabilia. There's like Beatles stuff. There's Arctic Monkeys stuff, which I like. Arctic Monkeys are a great band. Like, just, it was really cool. I love just walking around. And I was looking at the sign when we were walking in, and because bands play there, like small local bands or whatever play there. Shows were like £10, which is like $12. And I'm like, dude, if I lived in Liverpool, I would be here every Friday night, just like going to shows and having fun. Like, it was a really cool
And
place.
speaking of music history, they have the very first Hard Rock Cafe there.
Yes.
So our first night there, we had to go because Why does my phone keep going?
Why are you so popular?
It was just notifications. It's not people.
Is it Domino's?
No.
Giorno?
But like, while we were in Italy, we ate at Hard Rock a couple times. Partially for, American food. Partially because, every Hard Rock has different music memorabilia. Like, we sat next to Flea's guitar. Bass guitar. I wasn't wrong. But we sat next to that. We talked to the owner of that place the first time we went. And he was also from California, I think. And so that was really cool.
We also went to a Hard Rock in New York.
Yeah. It's tradition.
I like Hard Rock.
We went to a Hard Rock in Florence and twice in Rome. And then we went to the one in London, which was the very first one. And across the street, they have a little museum where they keep the really good stuff, like Madonna's pointy bra.
Nice.
And
some Prince stuff.
And a bench from the Beatles. And
it's cool. I like that. I like the music. Like, the food at Hard Rock isn't great. That's probably why a lot of them are closing down. But the music memorabilia is really cool. But I like music, so. Yeah, that's right.
It's also nice that you can take a bus anywhere in London.
Yeah,
and it's pretty really easy to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, we did that a lot. Because we weren't really in the city. We were just, like, slightly outside the city. But it was still pretty easy to, like, navigate and figure out. We went to the British Museum, which you can honestly spend, like, a week there and still not do everything.
You honestly could. The British Museum is huge.
We got pesto pizza there. They have sourdough pizza, which is game-changing, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, I love sourdough. And you could make pizza dough out of it. Like, but then we tried this pesto pizza.
Yeah.
And I have learned that you can't order anything with pesto.
No. Because
when you ask for something with pesto, they go, give me the whole bucket. And then they just dump it on and go, ta-da! I think we talked about this
too much pesto
in our food podcast episode. But yeah, that pizza was drowning in pesto. And it was good. It was just too much. Yeah. But yeah, they had like a nice little cafeteria.
Yeah, British Museum was cool.
Bought too many water bottles there.
Yeah, because I don't think you can bring in your own water bottle. So if you were thirsty, you got to buy a water bottle.
And it was hot and
humid. It was hot, yeah.
But yeah, we walked around a lot. We got to see everything. We went on like 2 tours of the whole city, basically. Because for the day we were there without the tour company, we decided to do a hop-on, hop-off tour. which is where you like get on. They'll give you like earplugs and you can like listen to the history.
Nice.
And then you jump off at the different locations you want to see. And then we did that in Rome too. But in Rome we ended up walking the whole city the first day, and then the second day they're like, well, we're supposed to go see the Vatican today, but it's closed because it's Sunday. And I'm like, you guys scheduled this?
Yeah.
And you don't know this? So instead we're going to walk around Rome today. And we're like, we just did this yesterday. So we walked around Rome twice in the first 2 days of vacation, and our feet were already dead on day 2. So that was a little rough.
That reminds me of like the last days and like the first time we went to New York, and my calves were on fire. Like they were like the tightest they've ever been. It was painful times.
Yeah.
Snapped at this guy.
He's a grouchy boy.
I was in extreme pain. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of walking.
I remember too, and this is what I remember a lot about is like we were going to get pizza for our last time before going back, and we're gonna go to this pizza place called like Two Brothers Pizza or something like that. Really good pizza. And then as we were going there, I told him, like, can you please, ask me like the bare minimum, because I'm in pain a lot. So if I tell you something, that like let that be it. Don't add anything else, because I don't wanna snap at you.
You didn't say all of that.
I did.
You didn't.
Anyway, so at some point, he's like asking me, he's like, oh, what do you want from the pizza place? I'm like, I just want a pepperoni pizza. I tell him that instruction. So, okay. So, we get the pizza place, and he gets me a pizza with pepperonis and mushrooms on it. And I'm just like, okay. It's fine. Like, it's whatever. I like mushrooms, whatever. The mushrooms were not great.
Oh.
Yeah, they're salty.
You don't listen to instructions.
No, well, I kept asking him. I was like, oh, they have pepperoni and mushroom. You like pepperoni and mushroom. Do you want it?
And I said no.
And then I kept asking.
And I feel like we found out what the problem was.
No, he was grouchy.
And then you ignored him.
Yeah.
Repeatedly, apparently, and then got
Which is
him.
apparently a common thing. You do. You seem to know better, apparently.
Even though Josh was very clear about what he wanted. Anyway.
We'll tag Ian later. So.
Yeah.
You know they will.
Yeah, we will.
But yeah, but we watched. I remember the first time we went to New York, we watched the finals of League of Legends Worlds that year.
Yeah.
In the morning, that was cool because they had a big TV in the room and we ate in there. And then also we watched Arcane because it came out that day as well.
And then we saw
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon. It was Book of Mormon. I was trying to remember which one. And it was freaking hilarious. I loved it.
I've heard it's good.
He saw someone's back head throughout the whole
thing. I had a tall gentleman in front of me. As what happens every time we go to a play.
Honestly, though. Like, consistently, each time we've gone to a play, there's always someone tall in front of you.
Yeah, we went to see... What was it?
We saw...
Moulin Rouge. And there was a tall guy in front of me.
We saw Waitress. There was a tall person in front of you.
Was there?
I'm pretty sure there was. I remember you complaining about something.
I don't know, but I remember the seats being really comfy.
They were comfy, yeah. The whole place smelled like pie, which is on theme for Waitress.
Yeah, pies.
That's really nice.
Yeah. We got there just on time.
But yeah, and then, to round out favorite trips, I just want to mention Hawaii. Because I thought that was really fun.
Hawaii, yeah.
That was pretty fun.
We got to take a cruise ship that visited all of the islands. So we flew into Honolulu, and then we got on a cruise ship. We went to Maui, Oahu, Kauai. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's more. I can't remember anything else. Oh, Hilo.
Hilo?
Yeah, it's the big island.
Like the north and south side, I think. And so we got to see all that. We got to see Pearl Harbor. We got to do tubing through like old
plantations. Old plantation.
And
we went to some rainforest, which I liked.
We did hiking through the rainforest.
We went to a volcano.
We went to a volcano, and then we also got to do a helicopter ride.
That was fun.
In Kauai, where they played the Indiana Jones theme song.
Yeah. Which
was really, really cool.
Yeah. Well, it was cool too because one, Kauai is beautiful, so seeing it like from the sky was really cool. But also we saw rainbows that were full circle.
Oh.
Like full circle and even a double circle rainbow.
It's cool.
It was cool.
Yeah, I love that.
It was lovely.
Decent love.
Yeah.
Peace and love.
But yeah, Hawaii was a lot of fun. On the cruise ship, my mom and I learned how to make all these different type of necklaces. Because they offered like classes where you could get a kit and then you could put all like the kukui nuts on the string and stuff like that, and then also weaving our own.
What's a kukui?
Those.
Yeah.
All the beads.
Yeah.
Because in Spanish we have kukui too, and I was like confused. Yeah.
Probably the same thing, right?
No.
Oh.
No.
What is it in Spanish?
Kukui in Spanish, I actually don't know, because I've heard it used for two different things. One of them is like morning wood.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. And the other one's like a type of monster.
Oh. Huh. Yeah. Well, you can't have a necklace of morning wood.
Well, you have one of wood. I don't know if it's wood.
No.
Anyways.
They're nuts.
But yeah, I just thought about that. Like, what does kukui mean in this sense?
They're just like
those round things.
Yeah, those round beads over there.
But yeah.
Trust us.
And then when we got there, this was the first time that we were like greeted by people, and they put leis on us.
That was lovely. Yeah.
And then they drove
also, one of the most distinct memories from Hawaii was how clear the water was.
And it was warm.
Like you walk into the ocean and you could see your feet because the water was clear.
That's beautiful.
That doesn't happen in our part of the Pacific here in California.
No,
the water is very
murky.
much not clear and it's very cold.
Yeah.
I don't like going in the water when I go to the beach. I like playing in the sand.
Yeah.
But in
Which
Hawaii,
because I want to go in the water, but I know it's gonna be cold.
it's so cold.
I don't want to go in the water.
But in Hawaii, it's
you don't know how to swim.
so
yes.
clear. Will you build a sandcastle with me?
Obviously.
Do you want to build a sandcastle?
Yeah. I want to be buried in sand and get those sand tits. You know?
With Joey.
Yeah. I was like, Joey.
Not your friend.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a story from the beach one time?
Sure.
So when I was going into 9th grade, I was on the cross country team.
Sure.
And over summer we would have practices.
On the sand.
No, just like around town. But there was one trip we did. It was near the end of summer, where we ran through LA basically, and ended up in Santa Monica. And depending on like how good of a runner you were, you started in certain places. Like the best ones would start at the Hollywood Bowl and ran all the way to Santa Monica. But basically, you end up in Santa Monica, and that was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed doing that because that was the one thing I liked about cross country was just like exploring cities, like even our own city, just exploring it from a different perspective, running around. So that was cool. You end up in Santa Monica, and you just spend the rest of the day at the beach. Nice. And I usually wear a shirt because I get sunburned easily.
Sure.
Even with sunscreen. But so I went in the water.
With the shirt on.
Well, I had a shirt on. I went in the water and it got all wet and whatever. And so I took it off because we were building a sandcastle and like digging like vigorously, like me and my friends who were on the team also. And so I didn't want to get just covered in sand, right? And so I took my shirt off so it would dry and I didn't put sunscreen on.
So you got red.
No. I got worse than red.
What's worse than red?
The worst
sun-bleached
sunburn I've
Him
ever
and
had.
Timmy looked like lobsters.
Yeah, but no, it was so bad on my back that I literally could not move without being in excruciating pain. Like I'm pretty sure I got like a 2nd degree burn or something like that. Like it was so bad. It hurt so bad. I couldn't move. Any movement for like 2 weeks hurt so bad. I couldn't put a shirt on because my shirt would like hit my back and it would hurt.
And it'll rub against
it was excruciating. So for like 2 weeks it was just I couldn't put a shirt on.
Did you not put like aloe vera?
No, it was just I was just coated in aloe vera and just without a shirt on,
boat.
Just unable to move because it hurt so bad. It was terrible. And then like when it was peeling, just sheets of skin peeling off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it got like leathery and like it was really bad. It was the worst sunburn I've ever had in my life. Put a shirt on or wear sunscreen because I'm surprised I didn't get skin cancer or something from that. Like, honestly, it was so bad.
I remember Timmy's mom saying that he just slept in the living room under the fan.
Yeah, Timmy got
the only thing that helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had more melanin in his skin.
He has more melatonin in his skin.
Yeah, he had more melanin in his skin.
He got sleepy skin.
it didn't hit him as hard, but man, literally 2 weeks, I could barely move. Couldn't sit down. Standing hurt. Existing hurt.
Existence was pain.
It was so bad.
Let's briefly, because I think we're running out of time.
Are we not going to talk about our... I don't know if I'm going to interrupt you with the next test with the same thing I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to do this.
What was it? No.
Can I just share one more vacation I had recently that I really enjoyed when I went to Portland?
Sure.
I went to Portland recently. And it was,
no way.
It was really cool. I had a good time. I visited Daisy there. That was my first solo trip, flight-wise. Mm-hmm. On the way there, I sat next to a nice man who was from Portland. And we talked most of the time. He was a very lovely guy. Gave some nice travel tips. Very friendly fella.
What were his travel tips?
Just like places to go, things to check out and stuff. Some of which she was already aware of.
Always get the aisle seat.
No, I think I was in the middle, and he was
on
the window.
Oh, window.
Yeah, and so when we were flying over, he would he'd just be like, yeah, so this is this mountain range, and this is this mountain range. Like, he was just really nice guy, like really friendly fella. But it was cool. It was nice. We saw a lot of waterfalls, which was really cool.
Nice. Did you go chasing them?
Yeah, we did.
Did you stick to the rivers that you're used to?
No, we didn't.
Nice.
We went exploring.
But the song says, "Don't go chasing waterfalls."
Yeah, well, we forged our own path.
Mm-hmm.
We went to this cool hilltop observatory, which was really cool. Got some really nice pictures. It's a pretty area. We went to this place for breakfast. It's like a little food truck because food trucks are pretty popular. It's called Fried Egg. I'm in Love.
Love it. Love it.
Friday, I'm in Love.
Yeah,
it was really cool. It was very good.
Friday, I'm in Love.
Yeah, it was just a really lovely trip. We had a great time. It was only for a few days again, but it was lovely. Portland's a cool area. I don't know if I would want to live there, but it's lovely to visit.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Also, are we not going to talk about the one trip that we all went on?
No, because we all collectively forgot about it.
The Mammoth trip?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Josh, I want to hear your experience of that trip.
So this is Josh's first vacation with our family.
Yeah, yes. which was it was fun. It was honestly a good time. We
gun to his head and say nice things.
Yeah. No, it was.
I want your honest opinion, Josh.
It was bad, but specifically because I got a lot of altitude sickness up there.
Oh yeah.
And that was honestly destroying me from the inside out.
Yeah, it was.
Every little thing, it's just oh, I'm so dizzy. Oh, this tastes weird. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Ugh.
Yeah.
It was just not a good time because of the altitude sickness. We did have a lot of situations where we're we were gonna go ice skating or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I never got an ice skate. And they're like, oh yeah, for the kids to get these little dinosaurs that they hold on to. It's I want a dinosaur. I want one of those.
We didn't get to ice skate though because it was closed.
Yeah.
Even though the website said it was open.
Yeah, and we waited for 20 minutes outside before it opened, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're not opening today, and it's okay. And then we wanted to go snowboarding or whatever maybe, but then that was closed, and we wanted to go sledding.
A lot of things.
We did snowmobiling, but that was rough. We didn't have the goggles, and it said you can't go in without goggles, and we were already there, so we had to quickly go to the store, buy goggles,
which
come
was
back,
a whole ordeal.
And they were super expensive.
Yeah. Still have them.
And then, I was in pants because my snow pants. I was having a problem with pants, and
there's a lot.
And we sank into the snow, and then it was just really cold and wet, and
then your mom got escorted up and down.
Yeah, Mom had trouble because there was no
clear path.
Paved, not even paved as in asphalt, but paved as in cleared, I guess, what I'm trying to say, path to get to the place. It was the side of the road, and then the place was down here, and it's just a steep kind of cliff, not a cliff, but a steep hillside that's just deep in snow. So it's really difficult to traverse, especially if walking isn't your strong suit.
Or just being on the heavier side, you just sink.
Or being on the shorter side too.
Yeah, Josh sank a bit too.
Yeah, I did. I was boop, I'm gone.
But it was It was tough. Like, snowmobiling itself was pretty fun, and we got, there's some cool scenes to see.
It was beautiful just being in the mountains with your snowmobile and stuff. Although, it's funny because, like, so the first snowmobile was so there was a guy leading us. It was like a guided tour. So Ryan was driving Mom in the first snowmobile, and then I was behind them, and then...
That was your dad.
And then Dad wanted to be behind me, and then Josh was last.
Only because when we were all starting up or whatever,
yours wouldn't work.
Mine didn't turn on, so I ended up being in the last place because of that.
Because we were gonna be sandwiched.
I think you were supposed to be
right after.
We were gonna be sandwiched between the instructor and Dad as like our, caretakers or whatever. But then it ended up that Dad was between me and Josh. But Dad drives kind of on the slower side, and our instructor was just going fast.
He was just going, man.
And so I kept checking back, and I'm like, Dad and Josh are like not here. And I know he's never snowmobiled before. Like, we've driven ATVs and done snowmobiling like as kids. Yeah. So we're kind of familiar with it.
Wasn't entirely.
But I'm just like, I was like, where are they? Like.
Yeah. Made a pact with the snowman.
They got lost and stuff. I was like, I spent most of that thing worried, like.
Nah, that's okay. I would have found my way.
But.
Your dad only had, I don't know about him. But I would have found my way.
But it was fun, and then we did get stuck in the snow.
We did.
A local man saved us.
Yeah, bless his heart.
You can really tell the people who live in the snow because they just know what to do. And like they just like, all right, man, pulls out shovel out of nowhere. Just
we were like stuck though, and a lot of these people were honking and yelling at us and being like, just move. And it's like
we can't.
I would love to not be here right now.
If we could, we would. We don't want to be stuck here, but we are.
Yeah.
But that dude was nice. Shout out to whoever you are. You're awesome.
Yeah. And then, sick.
Josh and I built the snowman.
We did. I
helped.
Photos of that.
He did not help even a little bit.
He found a carrot or whatever that we used as a...
Not even remotely helped.
I helped.
You did not help. You helped Dad throw stuff at it while we were building it. That's how you helped.
I was also giving you water to help make the snow moldable.
Sure.
Yeah. Look, I was not going to climb down that mountain.
We were like 3 feet from our hotel.
Yeah, but you went down the mountain.
Yeah, but you could have come across.
I did eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was done, so you could take the picture with us.
And that was rough. Are you gonna include the picture?
Probably not. No, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know where the picture is.
If you ask Mom for it, she'll send it to you because it's part of the calendar.
Oh yeah,
that's fair.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, it was part of the calendar. I was like,
But yeah, Josh and I built a snowman. Yeah, that was cool.
It's great. His pinhead Larry.
Yeah, it was. That was fun. Yeah. And we played like board games at night, and we played poker. And Josh, he never played poker before, and absolutely destroyed everybody.
It was fun, and
because poker is somewhat a luck-based game, and I exceed in luck.
It was fun, and the cabin was pretty neat. We watched
Bullet Train.
Yeah, we did.
And Glass Onion.
Yeah. Which I've never seen, which was a great movie.
We hadn't seen it before either.
I had seen Bullet Train, but like I hadn't seen Glass Onion, which is Knives Out too, for those of you. Sure.
And we played some Switch on the TV.
We did. Played Mario Party.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was good times. We played chess.
It was good.
What was that one game that's all about like figuring like how many different types of numbers there are that makes me mind stutter?
Oh,
Cribbage? Cribbage, yeah. Josh had a hard time with
These two were having math problems.
Well, okay, so let me tell you about this asshole. So there's one thing where you play a game and you're very aware of it, so you have an idea of like how things work, so you're able to figure things out a lot quicker. It's fine, I get that. These fuckers, specifically this guy and your dad.
Don't let me in with them.
No,
specifically this guy and your dad. Where we like, is that the only thing? Oh, this. Oh, what about this? And they just keep adding on to it. It's like, I'm not going to think of anything now. Because I'm just like, I'm just hearing these guys and they're that voice inside my head.
But we didn't want to just tell you to give you points. We wanted you to see what points you had.
No, to me it came out as like, oh, are you sure? That's all the things. Like, oh, okay, if you say so. Blah, blah, blah. To me it sounded like, oh, you're dumb. And I'm like, how dare you?
No, it was more just like...
So for those of you who have never played cribbage... Essentially what it is you have some cards and then there's some other cards on the table and you have to try and make like pairs with the cards or straights or stuff like that, and based on how much you can do you get a certain amount of points.
Or combined cards for 15.
So Josh was having some trouble finding all of the point givers, and Ian and Dad were like, oh yeah, you sure? Yeah. They were trying to help. It was helpful, but to Josh it was antagonistic, apparently.
Yes, it was.
But also because when just me, Ryan, Mom, and Dad play, we do the same thing to each other just because we don't always see all the combinations. And we'll just be like, are you sure you got all your points?
Yeah. We try to help each other, but we're also very, sassy sometimes.
Yeah, little did by the end of the game, I didn't care about winning. I just cared about the easiest solution, so I just kept doing all the easy ones.
Yeah. I think you got the hang of it.
I did. I just got it over it. I was like, I don't want to deal with these fuckers anymore. So I'm going to do it as easy as possible now.
Josh got tired of us helping him.
Helping.
We were helping.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway.
So let's briefly talk about our worst vacations.
When I was playing cribbage. No.
That stupid trip to the snow. Honestly, I don't know if I have a worst vacation that I can think of. I remember when we went to Virginia, I got sick for most of that, so that wasn't fun.
I would say the same thing with going up to where did we go? Mammoth, thank you. I was gonna say Arrowhead, and I was like, I know that's not it.
No, that's the one we went with your friends.
Yeah. But we went up to Mammoth, and me being altitude sickness, I think that's the extent of it. Yeah, it was a fun trip, but
oh man, when we were coming home from the UK too.
You were
so sick.
Dying.
It was terrible. I was fine pretty much the whole trip. Allergies were bad for both of us.
Allergies are so bad. My eyes were so watery. I was sneezing the whole time.
You see all the photos of them. Their eyes are so puffy.
Yeah, it was allergies. Just really.
I'm not pretty when I go to the UK.
Yeah, I don't even have super bad allergies. 90% of the time I'm fine, but man, they were just. I was as bad as he was basically while we were going through tissue like nobody's business. But when we got back, so we started in London, we ended in London, and when we were getting back, I was feeling stuffy. And we're literally driving into London, and I'm like, oh man, the allergies are coming back. And that's what I thought it was. I'm like, oh, it's just allergies.
Yeah, London was worse than the rest of England.
Yeah, oddly enough, I don't know why. But so we're going there, right? And we're just, end of the day trying to find dinner places, whatever. We get back to the hotel. We're leaving tomorrow in the morning, and I'm just feeling really stuffy. And then we're going to bed, and I can't sleep. I can't sleep. I'm just so congested. I can't breathe, and I'm like, this isn't allergies. and I just knew, I'm like, tomorrow is going to be terrible. Because tomorrow we're getting on a 14-hour plane ride, and I'm like, I'm sick. I know I'm sick, and I know tomorrow's gonna be terrible. And lo and behold, friends, tomorrow was terrible.
There's a photo that Ian showed me, and you were just laying on the chairs, dying.
Yeah, because when we were at the airport, I felt so bad. If I could just sleep and not go anywhere, I would.
You wanna put this in?
Nope.
Not as those moments.
I felt so bad.
I put my jacket on him because he was so cold.
So bad the whole day. I was shivering, but also I was also hot. My head was warm, but my body was freezing, and I had 3 layers on, and I just my whole body ached. My whole body hurt. I just felt terrible.
I want to say, part of me is still convinced it's because you touched the water.
Okay, we'll get to that. but anyway, so
absolutely.
So anyway, the flight was absolutely horrendous. Everything still hurt. I couldn't sleep at all.
He didn't eat much.
I didn't eat anything really because I couldn't. I just lied there. I think I watched a few more of the John Wicks because that was my plan, was to finish. I watched all 5 John Wicks in the course of, or 4, 5, I don't know.
4.
But in the course of the trip there and back. And I don't even remember all of the 4th one because I was zoning in and out. But I couldn't sleep. Everything hurt. And it was terrible. I couldn't play my Switch. And then we get back, and Josh picks us up.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah, and Josh picks us up because he's awesome. And I'm just feeling bad. I'm like, I just want to go home. We were going to get some food, but I'm like, I just want to go home. Josh brought us drinks, though, from McDonald's because he's awesome. And I took a sip of the tea, and then I just threw up so much.
Yeah. Didn't we go to McDonald's, or we didn't make it there?
We went to McDonald's too afterwards. Yeah. You were going to get something quick to eat because everyone was hungry.
Yeah, and I was just throwing up the whole time.
Yeah.
Luckily there were some bags there. I had some barf bags, but man, that took, and that was the worst of it. But I was out of commission for a few days after that. Like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was some archaic disease.
Some
unheard of element.
Let's go back a little bit. So we went to this place called the Roman Baths, which is...
the place is called Bath.
Bath.
In Rome.
And
it's were a site
of the town of Bath.
It's in England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they are...
Because Rome conquered into Britain a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
And so it was the site of a Roman bathhouse, a large Roman bathhouse. Which is why it's called Bath.
And so, this water has been sitting there forever, and the irrigation doesn't really work, so no fresh water is coming in and everything. So this water is just sitting out in the open, in the sunlight, and it's all green, and has all this algae and everything. So what does Ryan do?
After he looks at a sign that says, "Do not touch water."
Yeah, so there's signs everywhere that say, "Do not touch the water," right?
And our tour guide did tell us, "Don't touch the water."
So he kneels down.
Yes. No, I don't. I squat down.
He squats.
Yeah.
And you touched it, right?
I poked it.
So he pokes the water.
One finger. Okay, so here's what I did. Let me explain. Hold on. Give me a moment.
I don't think you can...
Don't wave that finger at me.
Okay, so what had happened is I was just curious as to
what diseases are in there.
What temperature it was. Was it warm water? Because there was hydrothermal vents that were still active. You could see them in some parts of it. So I was just curious what the temperature was. And I hear these warnings, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to drink it, obviously. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to
It says don't touch.
I'm not going to dip my hand in and start slurping it up. I just want to feel what it's like. So I just, put my finger in. It was like lukewarm. It wasn't warm or anything. And I'm like, okay. And I held my finger out, and I didn't touch anything with it. And I immediately went to a bathroom to wipe it off.
Not immediately.
Yeah, I did. I did.
He sneezed. He rubbed his face all over.
Yeah, I put it in my mouth. I put it in my nose.
Was there a bathroom next to that area? Because didn't you have to walk all the way around?
It was a circuitous route. Yeah, but I didn't touch anything with it. I held it out.
There had been a couple minutes.
I knew where it was.
It was over here.
I didn't touch anything because I was so cognizant of this. I'm like, I'm not going to touch anything. When I had to open a door, I did this, and I opened the door. I didn't touch anything.
But that's not...
No, let me tell you. And so I go in.
Hold up.
And then I go into the bathroom eventually, and I just load the soap onto it, and I just really make sure that it's all clean. I did, and I'm like, I'm thinking about this. Hold on. And I really made sure that it was clean. And then I noticed that my backpack strap had dipped in the water.
I had told you that, because I saw that it dipped in.
Yeah, because there's like a little side stream near where I was crouched down.
Yes.
That my straps...
So
there's a photo of your backpack strap in the water.
Is it really?
Yeah.
But so I washed that too, and I put a bunch of soap on it, and I cleaned it up. And for like 5 minutes, I was in there just soaping everything up, making sure. I was kind of worried about the backpack strap, not gonna lie, because I'm like, that was kind of in the water. But like, I didn't think. But here's my defense.
And he's the only one who came home like dying. So.
Yeah, but that was like 6 days prior to when I got destroyed by illness.
Yeah, it finally caught up to you.
I mean, it could have been. but I was careful.
Sure.
Probably.
Being careful would be not sticking your hand in the water.
I just want to know if it was warm. It wasn't.
You could have asked the guy.
They don't know. They're not touching it.
They know better.
They know better.
Somebody might have known.
Someone else could have touched it. And then you're guinea pig.
Adventurer, it is my duty, really, to
take on the diseases.
To go where no man has gone before. Boop. And sometimes that means poking water you shouldn't. And you know what? I got sick maybe from that. Maybe it was just the weather,
Did you guys get COVID? Did you guys get COVID?
After Britain?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't. I just got whatever archaic illness came back from the dead to...
Yeah, because you've only gotten COVID the 2 times.
I've only gotten COVID, the both times I go to my work conventions. Every time I say that, everybody's like, maybe you shouldn't go this year.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not stopping me.
That's why I'm
I want to get paid to go to a different town and have some fun.
Wear a mask.
Maybe.
easy.
The worst vacations. So I want to bring up Sequoia.
Oh, yeah, that one was
So we went to Sequoia National Forest. It was beautiful. It was nice. It was fun. It was winter.
Yeah.
However, when the sun goes down and it's cold and snowy outside, you don't do much.
And there wasn't much to do.
Typically, you'd want to go in your room, maybe have a fire, watch a movie or whatever.
Sure.
Well, this hotel was had no electronics, no TVs, nothing. For the first or second night, that was fine. But by the third night, we were kind of over it.
We played all the board games we could already.
Yeah, and they don't want you to take the board games to your room. You can, but they don't want you to because they want you to stay in the community center to mingle with the other families. We're not the type of family that really does that often. Also, a lot of people that were also there happened to be students of my mom.
Yeah, it was weird.
So that was really weird layer.
That happened up when we went to Mammoth too.
Yeah, mom always sees people she knows.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
I saw someone I knew in Florida.
And yeah. Somebody mom knows.
And I know.
Yeah.
We both knows.
But
when you're an educator, they apparently know people everywhere.
Especially because they all travel during the same time.
Yeah.
But that's the only trip we've come home early from because we were all just like we've done everything.
Bored.
We were supposed to come home the next morning, but instead because we drove, we decided to just leave before our last night because we were just like there's nothing to do. We might as well just leave now, and brave the dark snow.
Oh man, the snow from Mammoth too, going back.
Oh yeah,
that was.
We weren't even sure we could leave.
Yeah, the roads were shut down when we were trying to come back because the big snowstorm was coming in. So we ended up finding a place to get lunch, and then just kind of waited it out. And then luckily by the time we were done, because we were gonna leave in the morning and then get someplace to eat outside of Mammoth, so that we weren't because. They kept saying there's gonna be a snowstorm, get out while you can, and then we couldn't, so we got lunch and then we left.
We should have left the night before.
Yeah, we thought about it honestly, but we were like, no, probably.
Well, and then we also had to dig out our car because it was really snowed in.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody lives in the snow. I could never.
But basically, we did get out honestly just in time because I think there was a window of time where we were able to get out and then the snow came again. Mm-hmm. So I think if we didn't leave when we left, we wouldn't have. But yeah, snow's beautiful. I love to look at it, but I'm not a snow person.
So on my list, I also have Texas.
I mean, Texas was okay. The Schlitterbahn was cool.
Yeah, it sucked that it was stormy though.
Yeah, so
they closed the water park.
There's a water park called the Schlitterbahn, which was really cool and a lot of fun. But there was a thunderstorm that came through, and it started raining and thundering, and they shut down the water park. That was kind of a bummer. And then we went to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, and then it closed while we were there, and they couldn't cook anything else. So they're we still have the food from the lunch rush if you just want that, or from.
Wasn't that in Virginia?
The lunch special.
That was in Virginia. That wasn't.
It was.
Yeah.
Did we go to Cracker Barrel in Texas?
Yeah.
Oh.
We always go to Cracker Barrel when there's thunderstorms. Apparently, it's just the place to be.
But yeah, San Antonio and stuff's really cool. Texas is just a weird it's got the vibe is so different from a place like California or New York.
Yeah.
And we went to an IHOP. Every other car was a pickup truck with guns in the back.
Yeah, a literal gun rack. It's
I'm just I don't feel safe here.
Yeah.
They do.
Texas.
They do because they're if I have a gun, I'm safe, and it's I don't know.
Texas isn't our vibe.
But we have to go to Texas again this year for our cousin's wedding, and we're excited to see her get married, but we're not excited to go to Texas.
Yeah, but no, it is what it is.
And then I have Florida, also due to weather, because Texas weather's not great. Florida weather's not great either. And, similar vibe to Texas.
We had fun when we went to Disney.
We had fun, and also I think Disney areas are more of a safe space than the rest of everything. But it was really fun. Road trips. I hate road trips. I don't like being in the car for long periods of time, and I do get car sick.
I would love to do a road trip with an actual long road trip one day.
Would you want to go in a car, or would you get an RV?
No, I'd do a car.
And just get hotels.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm an RV kind of guy. It was too cramped.
That's
like for sleeping and stuff. So, but I would want to do a road trip one day with someone. I think it could be fun. Play music, stop at sites.
How long would the road trip be?
However long we want it. Depends on where we want to go. How long we want to be there.
I don't know, because you get tired of vacation after 7 days.
I do. Yeah.
These are facts.
So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm open.
And then, so let's end this off with, where do you want to go next?
Japan.
Japan's the place.
Right now, the idea I have in my head is that, in 2 years, well, a year and a half-ish, we all turn 30.
Yeah, we do.
And I thought it'd be really cool to be able to go for our 30th.
I also think that would be really cool.
Dang. Gotta get a passport at some point.
Yeah, you do. If you want to come with us.
I've been asking him for so long.
Yeah, for like 2 years.
And how long have we been dating?
2.5.
Yeah. Not the whole time.
Not the whole time. You were cool in the beginning.
Became a real pain as things went on.
He just gets annoyed every time I'm like, so passport?
It's like, it's gonna happen at some point.
He'll get it when he's ready.
But, yeah, I mean, I want to go to Japan. I want to see all the cultural, historical stuff, but then I also want to see all the nerd stuff.
I want to go robot fighting.
I want to go on a pilgrimage to all the statues of One Piece characters.
I want to go to the Pokemon Center.
Yes. I want to go see all the sewer gate things, lids that have Pokemon things on there.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're going to have to spend like a month there, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's going to be expensive.
Yeah, it is. But it'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it for our 30th.
I concur.
And then another place, I want to go back to New York because we didn't do any cultural stuff or like historical stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot
we
of
only did like
over there.
Huh?
There's a lot of good museums.
And history. Like we didn't see the Statue of Liberty.
No, we didn't. We saw it from all the way up.
Yeah, from afar.
From the
Rockefeller Tower.
Thank you. I was like 30 Rock building.
Essentially what it is. I want to go to Chicago. That's a place in the U.S. I want to see.
I'd like to go to Chicago too. And New York. I'd like to go to New York.
Seattle's on my list.
Seattle's cool.
And I want to go back to Hawaii.
I've heard mixed things about Philadelphia too. Some people seem to really like Philly, and some people seem to really not like Philly. So I don't know. It's on a nebulous list of maybes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Hawaii. I want to go back there, and then I want to visit Canada. I have friends in Canada, but also gotta go to each side of Canada and experience all that, and then Greece.
I'd like to go to Greece. I'd like to go to New Zealand, and I'd like to go to South Korea.
South Korea, yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's my top 4 probably.
I just want to taste all the food.
I bet it's good.
Yeah. They have all types of food.
I know, that's why I want that. I want that in my belly.
Yeah, you do. Get all that kimchi. Become your true form of 100% kimchi.
Transformers. One of those animorphs. That's just kimchi.
Is your spirit animal kimchi?
No, my spirit animal's an elephant.
Anyway. Is your spirit food kimchi?
No.
Oh, what is it?
Pizza.
Yeah. Oh.
It might be mine too. No, yours is French fries.
What's mine?
Pasta.
Okay. So I can think
of no chicken tenders.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Some chicken tenders.
Either pasta or chicken tenders. That's me.
No, he would be nuggies.
No.
He prefers nuggies to tendies.
Do you?
Depends on the place. Yeah.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like Popeyes, I prefer the nuggets.
Oh.
But yeah, so hopefully we can do some traveling. This is the first year in a couple of years that I have 0 travel plans.
It's true.
I need money.
Same. Same.
That's the only thing stopping me right now.
That's honestly the main thing that's stopping me. He wants to go. I was just like, that's
travel
nice.
is awesome, but boy, is it expensive.
Yeah. Just finding a place to stay is the big thing.
And the airfare.
Airfare too.
Airfare's so good.
It was like $600 for me just to go to Portland.
Ugh.
It was $700 for me to go to New York with him.
Yeah.
Wow. I got ripped off.
You really did.
Maybe it was 400. I don't remember.
I think for Florida it was like 400. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
I don't know. Travel's expensive.
Yeah.
But like to go to South Dakota and all that, it's like $500-$600.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. When I was talking about going to New York and Philadelphia, it was $600 to fly. I think I was gonna fly. I don't remember which one. One of the two, but it was $600.
But local trips are fun too, or like flying someplace like Vegas because it's like $100.
Yeah, Vegas ain't that bad.
It's okay. Yeah. It's not really my scene, but.
I mean, I like Vegas because even though I don't do like, you know, the typical Vegas stuff, it's still a cool place. And there's still so many things to do. Mm-hmm. Like, I really want to go to that mini golf place that I found.
Ooh, that's
that we didn't end up going to.
Yeah.
And then they have like cool escape rooms and other stuff. So I'm excited to go back and explore non-traditional Vegas places. And also they have Topgolf. I want to go to Vegas Topgolf.
I don't think it's much different than Topgolf here.
It's not. I've been there.
There's more.
Didn't you say it's a lot?
It's bigger.
Grander.
It's bigger, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's really cool at nighttime when the lights are on.
Yeah, we have to go during my work when it was at night.
Yeah, it's cool, huh?
Well, that's it for our travel show. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes.
And let's figure out who is our next king of the bean.
5 out of 10 times, which is half, is gonna be Ian.
That is accurate.
What color?
Are you cheating?
No, I'm taking these out.
He's cheating.
What color?
Purple.
Purple.
I'll choose green.
Yellow.
Alright.
What color? You chose green, right?
Yeah.
So there's 1 yellow, 2 purple, 0 green.
Are you in the running?
No, he wins.
I have emerged victorious.
Who would have saw this coming?
Not I.
Not me.
So we'll see you next time on the King of the Bean.
When I am the king.
We're finally gonna talk about One Piece.
We post.
No, I wouldn't do that to any of you.
New episodes every Tuesday at 10 a.m. PST. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe on all our social media platforms. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.